Shalom YouTube, back here to do another video. And I want to dedicate this video to all the fathers out there, and every day is Father's Day for me. Every day is Father's Day because, you know, every day we should be having our fathers around to teach us the way that we should go, so when we get old, we will not depart from it. And there's a lot of fathers out there that's not there for their children. There's a lot of fathers that, you know, they they did some messed up things and they left their child and they left their mom. They left their wives. And that child gonna be kind of hurt when you do that stuff, as a father figure. I know it can be hard sometimes because you made bad decisions, and then there's some men out there that are too sorry. They don't wanna raise their children. They don't want to take up responsibility for their own actions, and you see that a lot of times, especially nowadays, especially in my race, because you got a lot of single parent moms out there. Shouts to the moms, because the moms they raising the children. They, especially the men, the young men that's coming up nowadays, they mostly being raised by their mothers, and yeah, that's awesome. Shouts to all the mothers. Hope y'all keep on, keep your children, raised and teach them the way they should go. But as a father figure, that young man gonna need that father figure to teach him ways, to teach him certain things, because yes, a mom is good, but a mama can only teach his son, so much, because that man needs that young man gonna need a man figure. That young man gonna need a man figure to look up to. And if that father figure isn't there, it's gonna be hard for them to understand. There's gonna be things that that would have been taught to them, you know, as they get older, you know. And then, so when the father figure is not there, the young man has no reference. Sorry for the noise back there. It's this car is kind of messed up. I just came out here to sit in the car. But yeah, the young man is not gonna have reference. He's not gonna know what man is. He gonna look up to the rappers and the gangs and all this stuff that's promoting nothing but foolishness. So that father figure, especially a wise father figure that knows the word of God, needs to be there. That he needs to be there. He needs to be there so he can teach his son and teach his daughter the way they should go. Because the daughters need their father too. The daughters need their father. Like most daughters, they look up to their father. They look up to their father because eventually they're gonna be growing up and they're gonna be looking for a man. And most women want men. Some women, depending on the type of person you are, the person they are, they gonna want a man that kind of resembles their father. And if that father isn't there, or if that father is there but not there, you know, that's not there to teach them and show them that perfect example of what a good man is, then they're gonna be lost, and then they're gonna be looking for love in all the wrong places. So, shouts to the fathers that are there for their children, And then there's the stepfathers. I don't really want to call them stepfathers, but them fathers, some of the stepfathers out here, and some, you don't even have to be their father. You can just be like the uncle or something. If you are there for that child, I consider you a father to them. You're considered a father in my eyes because you're there showing the child the ways they should go. So when they get old, they shall not depart from it. So, in a way, it's a good thing that there's still some men out here that's still willing to, show these kids, show these youngsters the way they should be going. But there's a lot of them out there that ain't there. So, I also want to give shout out to the fathers that, that's my main point, just to shout out the fathers that are raising their children, that are showing them the way they should go. And shout out to the people out there that's in the place of the father. Things in the house can go wrong. There's certain things in the house that, is not the same without the father, Kind of remind me of Good Times, like the earlier season of Good Times when, it was James and Florida and Michael, JJ and Thelma. and you know how that was, how James was a strong father figure for his children. And then you see the later seasons where after James died, you know, the show wasn't really the same. And you know, you saw how Florida was trying to stay strong, try to be that strong mother, and trying to still be that guidance, try to represent that guidance for the children to so they can still grow up to be good individuals and great individuals. And Good Times, one of my favorite shows. I can do a whole nother video on that one. And but I like how James was just, even though he wasn't a perfect man, even though he wasn't really a god, well, he had his moments, but you still saw the strength in him, that good father figure that was there for his children and wanted his children to be good and successful. And we need more men like that nowadays. But sad thing is, there isn't a lot, but there is a lot at the same time. So we gotta keep these youngsters intact. Because they got the rappers and the gangs and all this other stuff showing them the way, which most of the ways they showing them isn't the right way. Instead of the children learning how to go the way of these rappers, instead of children learn how to go in this way, going their way, they need to learn how to go Yahweh. And they need a man there to teach them how to go Yahweh. And it don't have to be they don't have to be blood related they don't have to be a blood related father. It could be an uncle, it could be someone at school, it could be anybody, it could be anyone that's a adult, that's a man figure who has a positive effect on that child's life. They consider a father figure. They consider a positive father figure. And that's how I look at it. And then I also bring another example from the show Good Times. There was this episode. It was a two-part episode, but it was an episode where JJ had got caught up in this gang, and the leader of that gang was named Mad Dog. And yeah, we saw that what happened when JJ got involved with the gang. He didn't want to be in the gang but they chose him. They came and threatened him, I guess. But you saw how at the end of all what happened, after all that happened with Mad Dog shooting JJ, when he went at the court, when they was at the court, Mad Dog was mad because you saw how him and his mom was arguing, and how Mad Dog was very angry. And the reason he was the way he was because he didn't have his father. He was mad because his father was never there, because his father was a wino, and his father couldn't be there to teach him. So in a way, that was one of the main reasons why he turned out the way he was in that game. Remind me of that episode Good Times. Another good episode, man. And that's another example of what can happen to these children. They can grow up and become feminine. And we living in a time where feminine is being promoted to the extreme now. And we have to learn how to bind it. We need to learn how to teach the younger ones how to be wise. And then for the same for their daughters. The same for their daughters, because the daughters need that man figure so they won't be going out trying to get anybody. They need that positive role model in their life to show them what a man really is. So that's all I have to say, man. Shouts to all the fathers out there. Even shouts to all the mothers out there. Shouts to both parents. Shouts to mom and the dad for keeping your child in check. Shouts to the men that don't have any children. They still fathers. If they showing a positive example and teaching the young person the way they should go, then they consider a father. They consider a parent. So I just hope that y'all have a wonderful, blessed day. Shouts to all the fathers out there. Shouts to all the mothers out there once again. And until next time, y'all have a wonderful, wonderful, blessed day. And until next time, shalom and peace.